On the 8th day of the city shutdown, when all have been asked to stay home for their own and the safety of the city, she cannot help but think about how home has long been her sanctum, a voluntary self-entrapment, a self-imposed seclusion. For years, her room in her grandmother's apartment at Schaumburg Plaza has been her studio, its walls and window her canvas. Her art once thrived out and down in the street, but the neighborhood no longer looks the same to her, no longer is the same. We might have to move, she thinks. Grandmother says the apartment has gone market. They are raising the rent. Management at Schaumburg forbids painting on the walls, anything but white, and warns against marking the windows in any way. She nonetheless paints furiously from within. Her room was not designed or ever intended to be a studio. Proper domestic life was meant to take place in its tight confines. There is nothing proper about her. Her transformations of the space inside defy expectations. It is her protest. Beyond the walls, her older sister's music plays, and the scent of her grandmother's cooking constantly wafts. Window. The building has been worked on and worked over. Her bedroom window has been replaced twice. Newer, richer, whiter bodies apparently prefer more light and air. What was once a small slot set up high that could never be opened is now a wide expanse that opens with ease, seeking fresh air. The paint fumes are dizzying and the room is a mess. But in this space, she is free and unencumbered, unsurveilled, and unmanaged. She relishes the fresh air, though, and for as long as they can stay in this apartment, she will do with the inside what she wants. On the inside. His family has lived at Schaumburg Plaza for over 30 years. They have seen a lot of families come and go over those years. More black and brown continue to go rather than come. His parents have managed to remain and work hard to stay. On the outside for about a year now, and knowing that management has a strong policy against formerly incarcerated people living in the building, he finds himself once again on the inside. Window. The thin slot window sitting up high on the wall denies views and viewership. It is precisely what he needs. Its seeming denials become an opportunity, exploited, providing all that he needs. Air. Distance, closeness. While the street remains distant, adjacencies are thick and rich. The sounds of his neighbors' voices are close, stirring and comforting, but all from outside. Listening out. However limited his view may be, he cannot resist looking and listening out. Screams. The sound of a woman's holler is foreign to him. His isolation has been so extreme and for so long. The sound is enticing. From a newly renovated window, one that now opens with ease, a part of his body betrays his boundary. He extends an arm and waves. Hey, what's up?
Well, good morning, Rob. Actually, it's 12 victims here at the Harlem fire. This is at Schaumburg Plaza. We've just been briefed by fire officials, and this is what they had to tell us right now, that 2 victims, when firefighters arrived, were found in the hallway of the apartment. This is on the 29th floor. And then when they were able to remove those, get the victims out to safety, another 4 were found in that same apartment on the 29th floor. We've learned that 3 victims in serious life-threatening conditions at this time. 2 of those 3 in cardiac arrest, 1 an adult as well as a child, and a second child in respiratory arrest at this time. Now, fire officials on scene say that they had to deal with heavy heat and little visibility. A tough time for them. Take a listen.